If you or somebody you know has a lot in the way of income that is fixed, maybe through annuities or other similar resources, today we're going to go through a number of key points to look at because sometimes that can lead to inflexibility and could be a little bit too much of a seemingly good thing. So who's going to help us today is Amanda, Florida. We're going to go through, and right away you could see that there are two colors that predominantly make up her situation. One is real estate and one are these annuities. So overall for her, it's over 70%. And these annuities, the way that we have them laid out here, you see three different annuities. Annuities can do a lot of different things. So I've talked about before how it's a contract between you and the annuity company. It's a one-on-one contract. Some of them are detailed just to help you save in the way of deferring taxes. Some of them are specifically for income. Some of them are for maybe a long-term care benefit. So you have to really understand these annuities and their limitations if you do have them. Now, for today's purposes, where we're talking about fixed income, we have all three of these annuities through income riders giving the client fixed income sources. So when we see something like this, again, right away what jumps out is they have the majority of their assets in these annuities and real estate in this case as well, so kind of illiquid assets. Annuities that have income riders on them, if you annuitize it, then you definitely cannot 99 times out of 100, get access to the principal again. And the newer annuities that have income riders that are attached to them, if you do jump into the principal, it's going to affect that income that you are depending on. So it's kind of a trade-off. You are getting guaranteed income in many cases from the annuity company. They're promising to pay you, but you also are trading away your flexibility. You can't jump into that pool of assets and use it if you want to for long-term care, home improvements, vacations, whatever it may be, without compromising the amount of guaranteed income that's coming out to you. So while Amanda's situation overall looks strong, she does have a lot in these annuities. And while she has, let's say, $350,000 in the rest of her assets, you might say, hey, that's a lot. If Amanda's going to have a 30-year retirement or more, that's not that much money to handle these inflexible situations that sometimes arise in life. So jumping over to the decision center here where we would be going through these kind of things with Amanda in a one-on-one planning scenario, I'm going to focus here on the secure income. So the secure income, you can see there's green and there's blue. That's Social Security and that is her annuity income. So you might say here, that's fantastic. Look, it's almost all of her expense needs right now are being satisfied by Social Security and these annuities. The thing to remember here, though, you can see the expense line goes up over time because inflation goes up over time. Things cost more over time. Social Security goes up to some degree every year with cost of living adjustments. You may see that referred to as COLA, but annuity income more times than not does not. Pension income more times than not does not go up with these things. So if you're only relying on these fixed sources of income to fund your retirement and you have a long retirement, the purchasing power of these items are going to become less and less over time. So generally speaking, you need to have some degree of flexible income to be able to handle inflation, to handle things growing, and obviously life's unexpected events, new cars, home improvements, window breaks, refrigerator breaks, all those kind of things. You need to make sure you have enough in the way of flexible funds. So just to kind of illustrate this in the case of Amanda, if she wants to spend more, say, if it's a little bit more, that might be okay. She may be able to keep up with inflation, keep up with the cost of living, and also kind of maybe an extra $5,000 vacation every year. But it quickly can go overboard. It quickly can get more than what her variable or fixed sources can kind of handle. You can see a little bit drop off here in the cash flow in her later years, so you have less flexibility. So I'm not saying that fixed income sources are bad by any means. A lot of times they can be very advantageous for helping somebody in retirement planning to feel secure, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you should have all of your assets in them. There is most likely a balance that makes sense for you and your situation so that, you have a certain amount of guaranteed income that's coming to you, that's helping you, coming to you with those base level expenses that you have. But again, that being said, you want to make sure you're not overdoing it because life, we don't know what's going to happen all the time. And so needing enough flexibility to handle not only inflation, but life's unexpected moments is very important as well. So thanks as always for joining me today and more plan shares to come.